Namaste, dear listeners. Welcome to the Iowa channel, Astro In with Abhi, Oneness in Astrology and Spirituality, bringing in awareness by Abhi. Now, we've discussed in the previous podcast the consequences of negative thinking overall, holistically, to the generations to come, not pertaining to you specifically, but more or less holistically uh, to the generations that are coming from you, or the generation that you and everybody else is leaving behind, whoever is in a state of negative thinking. Now, negative thinking is not only thinking about things that are not positive. They are also it's also coming from an inability of controlling the vices, and inability to control the vices is negative thinking and negative karma, because they bring in negative reactions, because the cause is negative. So when the cause is coming from an inability to manage your senses, then the consequence of that is an action which is negative in return. So what I'm saying is, if the if you as a person you are unable to control your senses, this is negative thinking, negative karma, which is the cause. And the effect of this here is negative. It's low consequences. So for you personally, negative thoughts will bring you to a point of negative experiences. Here you will experience these kind of realities. You will experience anger, hatred, frustration. You will experience irritability, anxiety. You will experience manipulation. You will experience fear. You are in the fight or flight mode. And most importantly, this is happening everywhere. It's jealousy, ego, hatred, pure hatred. You will also experience the inability to concentrate, because in this dimension of existence, if your cause is negative thinking, which is an inability to control your vices and just not being positive overall, this will highly affect your physical body. It causes an imbalance of energy within the system, and over a considerable period of time, it starts to manifest, and it manifests itself into sickness and disease. So this is how it impacts you. Also, it becomes very difficult to form meaningful relationships, because you are on in this dimension, which is a low vibration. This dimension of existence is extremely low, which there's no love here, there's no compassion here, there's no harmony and peace here. Therefore, this is something that you will never experience in your life. You will never experience a state of love, or be in the conscious state of love, or consciousness to love, or in this dimension of love. For love does not exist in that dimension, which is of low frequency. And low frequency is caused by negative thinking, an inability to control your vices, an inability to find the beauty in the chaos, an inability to find solutions, but rather getting stuck into the situation, getting entangled with it, embedding yourself in it. This is a very low vibration. So the consequences of negative thoughts, or negative thinking, or negative state of consciousness is not only detrimental to your mind, it's not only detrimental to your body, but most importantly, it's detrimental to who you are as a person, which is spirit, your spirit soul. It keeps you suppressed. Your reverberation will be extremely low. Therefore, whatever happens to your body, you take on another body which is of low vibration, which you can even end up more worse. You could possibly take on a body which is below the the human being, and that is animal. So this is how you get stuck in the 3D world, uh, in the physical body, or the gross body, the physical body, mental body, and pranayama body. These are your material body. This is a material body. This is how you get stuck in samsara, cycle of birth and death, or death and rebirth. You are stuck in this dimension of existence. Why? Because of negative thinking. So you can take on another human body or a lower body. And this is something that you do not want, because you want to evolve as a species, you want to karmically evolve from a state of consciousness. Therefore, negative thinking impacts you, it tarnishes your soul, and all of us are here. We are here as human beings purely because we've never evolved yet. So, negative thinking has impacted us already. Since we are here, if you are listening to this, it means that you have been impacted by this as well in your previous life. Now, so in this life, you are creating the next body, and obviously, you do not want to create a new body where you're going to end up going through the same thing over and over and over again. And the universe doesn't care how many times you and I come onto this planet to undergo the repeated events. Therefore, it's absolutely vital that as a species, that we use our consciousness or we use our conscious minds to elevate ourselves. And ourself is spirit. We need to elevate the Shakti within us to move beyond the three dimensions or the three bodies, to get into the transient body and then the bliss body. And this is all possible only through positive thinking, by gaining control over the vices. By gaining control over the mind, one has control over the vices. Therefore, such a person is living a fruitious life. Such a person evolves. And it's a very difficult thing to do. It is easier said than done. But with practice and consistency and resilience, then all of these things are possible. And all of these great beings have come on this planet. And they have not only taught us how to do it, they have shown us through their own way of life. They've written books. They have educated the masses on how they have achieved this. And you'll find this literature everywhere. Therefore, it's important to look at the characteristics of such good evolved beings that have come here. Look at how they have lived their life and apply certain aspects into your own life. And one of the things is that I'm always invested in is being in control of the mind. Right? And meditation is a way to get there. It's one of the ways to get there. You've got bhakti yoga, you've got karma yoga, you've got kriya yoga. So these yogas that you have, you can practice them and they really help you. I mean, karma yoga, action, by focusing on your thoughts, your words, you are able to harness strength or control over them before you actually think anything. You can control what thoughts come in your head. Why you want to create better karma? Better karma for what? Better karma for spiritual evolutionary process. Yeah. So I thank you, dear listeners. So now you've been explained how negative thinking can impact not just your physical body, not just your mental body, but also your bliss body of your true self, which is spirit. And now in spirit, we have come from the blissful state, we have come down to the matter, which is the material world. We need to transcend beyond the matter, which is spirit, back from spirit to back from matter, or from matter back into spirit. All right. Thank you very much, dear listeners. Jai Shri Ram, Hari Bol, Om Namah Shivaya.